all, thank you for choosing Spendora to support your financial journey, and it means so much to us. Given you're here, it means you're serious about your finances, so let's get started. In the next few minutes, I will be walking you through how to use Spendora, and these are the topics and features I will cover. I'll first give an overview of the app, then how do we get started? By first creating an account and adding transactions, and lastly, we'll check out the budgeting feature. I'll first start off with overview of the app, introducing all of the main pages of the app. For dashboards, this shows the latest view of your current expenses this month, and it also shows how are you progressing on your set budgets. For analytics, this shows the breakdown of your expenses and income by category. You can also scroll at the top to see previous month's breakdown. Accounts is basically like your folders. You can choose which accounts you want to store each transaction in. Transaction is where you key in your expenses or income. More has details of your account, additional features to add new categories, and support section if you have any questions, feedback, issues you want to raise to us. Moving on to the next section, getting started. The first thing is to create an account to store your transactions, and you can create as many accounts as you wish. There are two types of accounts. One is recurring and one is experience. Recurring is to store day-to-day or regular expenses and income, whereas experience are for one-offs. For example, if you go on a holiday or attending an event and you want to track your expenses solely for that. Recurring and experience account actually works the same. It really depends on how you want to use it. So in the sign up process, we would already have created an account for you. You could go into this account to update the fields where you wish. And you could create as many recurring and experience account as you want. Let's create an experience account together. Let's say I'm going to Bali for a holiday. I will first click on the Add an Experience Account button. I will name this account Bali. Currency used will be rupiah, as I will be spending in rupiah, which will be converted back to my base currency. So base currency is your main currency, which typically depends on which country you reside in. For example, if I live in the US, where I earn US dollars, I will then select US dollars as my base currency. You could either store this account data on your device or choose to back it up. So only premium version has cloud backup because it costs more to store your data, meaning even if you've deleted this app or upgrade your phone, you will still be able to retrieve your data and account history. But if you've only stored data on your device, then in the event you upgrade your phone or deleted the app, you will not be able to get your data back, unfortunately. If you want to split your Bali expenses with your partner or friends, then you will want to turn this feature on for this account, which you will need to send a link to them after this page. You can also upload a picture for this account if you wish. Then click Create Experience Account button. At this point, you have already successfully created a new experience account. Only because you have selected to share this account with others, you will see this additional page to send them the link. So click Invite via link and choose how you want to send this link to them. And once sent, on their side, they will need to download the Spendora app, sign up to an account, then click on the link you shared. Now that we have created our accounts, time to add transactions and key in all of your expenses and income. Click on the transaction button. Select which account you want to store this transaction in. I'm going to choose Bali account. I've spent 50,000 rupiah and Spendora will automatically convert that back to my base currency using live exchange rate. And if you want to tweak the base currency, you can click on the pen icon to edit the amount. Then select if this transaction is an expense or an income accordingly. Select your category. Let's say it's food and drinks. I'm going to name this transaction Nasi Goreng for lunch and at restaurant ABC. Finally, click on Add a Transaction. This page is basically a summary of your transaction you just added. Your newly added transaction will be shown here, segmented by category. So say I add another transaction to my Bali account and I've spent 50,000 rupiah on transport. I'm naming this transaction Bus to the Beach. Then click on Add Transaction. This is the summary page and it will be reflected in the analytics page. Let's do another example. This time I want to record my income for this month. So click on Add Transaction and select the account. In this case, it's my daily transaction account. And I've earned $1,000. It's an income. And in terms of category, I'm choosing income and I'm going to name it monthly take-home pay. This is the summary page and now it will be reflected under analytics under the income section. So there's two analytics view. The first one shows overall how much you've spent or earned for the month, broken down by categories. The second one is within each account, there is also a view on how much you spend or earn for that specific account only. In my example, how much I spent on my Bali trip. Let's check out the last section, budgeting feature. To create your first budget, go to dashboard and click add a budget to get started. I will name my budget eating out. Then select which account do I want it to be counted or included within this budget. So I will choose all because I want to know how much I spend on eating out in total. You could also untake accounts you don't want it to be included in this budget. For example, if I don't want my spend in Bali to be counted towards my budget. Now moving on, let's click confirm. Now choose which category you want it to count towards this budget. I will select food and drinks. Select what's the duration of this budget. For example, weekly, monthly, yearly, or one-off. So one-off is when you only want to track during a specified period and it is not recurring. This is my monthly budget, so I will choose monthly. Then set the amount, say $200. I'm selecting cloud backup, and now I click on create. So the analytics will tell you how much you've spent and how much is remaining. This is a summarized view. You can also see it on the dashboard. To create another budget, click see all, then click the plus button on the top right corner and fill in all the information, then click create. Now let's try to add another transaction on food and drinks. So click on transaction, amount, I'm going to put $50, category, I'm choosing food and drinks, lunch, and see it's reflected in the budget. This wraps up the introduction video and I hope you have a better view on how to use the app. If you have any questions, do send them over via report and issue. And we also really appreciate your feedback, so do send us what you think of the app. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoy using Spendora.